Hello, Brick Sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and today we're going to talk about sorting. Now, every time I show my build station in a video, I get some of the same comments. People often say, you sort by color, you should do it by piece. Piece is better. I hear that a lot. There are a lot of people out there that like color better, but I think the majority opinion is sorting by piece. So I want to walk through with you how I do it and why I do it that way. And keep in mind, these are my opinions, my creative style, and what works best for me. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work the best for you. In reality, I don't really sort by color. I sort by both. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Now, a couple things to consider when you're trying to figure out how to sort your parts is, number one, the size of collection, and number two, what you build with that collection. You see, the reason I set up this wall the way I did is I wanted a place to contain all the smaller pieces, because I find I use smaller pieces a lot more than larger pieces. I have separate bins for bulk large pieces, and to be honest, if you're looking for a larger piece like maybe a 2x4 brick or a 2x8 brick, it's pretty easy to find one of those in a bin of Lego. If you need a 1x1 plate or a 1x1 round plate with open stud, you don't have to sort through a bin to find that. So I broke it down this way, and I'm going to kind of show you my technique and how I do it. And keep in mind, it might look like this is only sorted by color, but it really isn't. And let me explain why. So all of my popular colors do get a bin. For example, here's my medium nougat. Got a lot of different stuff in there. One bin works for medium nougat for me. Again, my collection is large. It's not gigantic. For a lot of people, this wouldn't be enough space. For a lot of people, this would be too much space. Just depends on your collection size. For some colors, I have to start to sort more by piece. Now, when I sort by piece, I tend to do it within a color. For example, I have 3 bins of white, and I label them differently with what's on the front. Cheese slopes means that this is just all my odds and ends small parts. So this has things like slopes, angles, detail pieces, lots of different stuff in there. Anything I want to keep separate and have easy to find goes in the cheese slope bin. The next one is labeled with a tile on it. And tile means anything flat. Plates, tiles, whether they're round, square. Sometimes I put angled stuff in there. Sometimes it goes bulk. Just depends how much I'm using it. Jumpers. Anything that's flat goes in the tile bin. And the last one, I put clips on. And this is more utility pieces. So in the clip bin, I put snot stuff. This is all snot pieces, brackets, more brackets, headlight bricks, small snot pieces. And up here is all bar and clip and anything that can basically attach with bar and clip. So these are kind of the utility pieces, and it started as a little bit of overflow from the cheese slope bin, and now it becomes a bin I use almost as much, if not more, than the cheese slope bin. So yes, these are sorted by piece as well as by color. But that's not the only time I sort by piece. When it comes to certain specialty pieces, I find it easier to just sort by piece. And here's a perfect example. This bin holds all my bars. And I've got all the different color bars in here, and I keep them separate from the rest. Now, is it logical? Maybe not to you, but to me it is. I find that I'm not looking for a bar super often, and when I am, I like them all in one place. It's also a piece I might not have in a lot of colors, so maybe I'm building something and I want to put a dark gray bar on the front. Well, I might not have a dark gray bar, but I might have it in black or light gray, which is substitute just fine, and they're one-stop shop all in one place. The reason I don't do this with everything is because of the type of stuff I like to build. And here's an example. Let's take this school bus here. Now, I built this mock just out of a bin, pulling random parts, sticking them together, and see what worked. And when I start to do a build like this, I want to have the primary color readily accessible. For example, I needed some specialty yellow stuff here for the front, so I can pull out my yellow bin before even starting to build, look through this and say, okay, what slopes do I have? Do I have a hood piece? What do I have that will make this work? And I can pull from here. And I can keep this bin out the whole time because the majority of what I'm going to need comes from here. If I had this all broken up by piece, I'd know, okay, I need a headlight brick out of here. I got to open another bin to get a piece of tile. I got to open another bin to get a snot piece, whatever it may be. Doing it this way, I can pull it pretty much all from one spot for a smaller build like this. And I think it just works better. It keeps my creativity flowing. Once I get kind of on a roll, I get locked in. I don't want to stop. I don't want to slow down. I kind of tend to make a huge mess. So the less bins I can be opening, the better. Especially because of the type of bins I use. Now, a lot of people use like small drawers and stuff, and I think that would work better sorting by piece. But I use these tackle boxes. So each bin has to be opened and gone through, reclosed, and then re-slotted on my wall. So the less I can be opening and closing bins, the better. If the collection was quite a bit larger, I'd probably have to go away from this system, but I think this works best for me. I also keep a lot of specialty stuff in specific bins. For example, this is all Technic pins, cogs, things like that, which I honestly don't use very often. If you watch my stuff, you know Technic really isn't my thing. This is more Technic connectors and things. And I can put these kind of to the side. If these were in my color bins, it would really clutter it up and it wouldn't be a lot of fun to sort through. I have this bin here full of hinges, lots of ratcheting hinges. And I have another one just for hinges. Well, this has turntables too. This has a couple different styles of hinges as well. And again, trying to put all these specialty pieces in my color bins, it would clutter it up. So these, I sort by piece. It's specialty stuff. Small detail pieces, regular bricks, clips, plates, things like that, I want readily accessible by color, but real specialty stuff, you know, and I do a given build, I might come in and take one turntable out. I don't need that to be in the bin of that certain color. I can find it in the turntable bin. I also do the same thing with my plants. My plant collection has grown quite a bit, and I've had to go to 2 bins. The first one here, I just did a video on this, by the way. Larger pieces. And this is one of my favorite bins in the whole collection because it just looks so good. All the smaller plant pieces. It's looking nice and full right now too. So I keep those separate as well. By theme more so than by color, because this would make absolutely no sense to sort by color. So the long answer is I sort by both. I do sort by piece, I do sort by color, I sort by whatever works in my stupid brain that makes sense to me for building, and it works pretty well. I actually like the system a lot. So now I'm curious what you guys do. So let me know below in the comments, how do you sort? Color? Do you sort by piece? Or do you sort by both like I do? Well, that's all I got for this time. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you found it informative and helpful. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do more just like this in the future, and we will see you next time.